Victorians will head to the polls today in an election both leaders describe as tough and uncertain. An election eve news poll published in the Weekend Australian suggests Labor is on the brink of victory. The poll puts Labor's primary vote at 39%, with the Coalition on 40% and the Greens at 12%. On the two-party preferred basis, that gives Labor 52% to 48% lead, a result that will deliver Daniel Andrews at least 6 extra seats. Premier Denis Napthine's satisfaction rating has dropped 5 points to 41%, while opposition leader Daniel Andrews is up to 37%. The final day of campaigning saw Denis Napthine and Daniel Andrews blitz the marginal seats, but the polls are tipping a Labor victory. Sky News Melbourne Bureau Chief Aaron Young is following the campaign.
After 4 weeks of campaigning, the leaders might be saying what the voters are thinking.
I've got my doubts now, I'm not sure.
More than 1 million people have already voted in the state election, and the Premier is sticking to his themes.
The people I meet going around Victoria, they know that we have the strongest economy in all of Australia.
4 years ago, Victorians elected Ted Baillieu as Premier. Today it's a choice between 2 others.
Ted has stepped down and Ted is now not contesting this election. And since I've been Premier of the state, we've got on with the job of producing a very strong budgetary position.
Denis Napthine could lead the first one-term government in more than 60 years, but this is his one regret.
I think I could have been more attacking of the Labor opposition and their relationship with the CFMEU.
I'm very proud to lead a Labor Party that's got an optimistic and positive agenda for the future because, frankly, tired old negatives are the last thing Victorians need.
And so is it Dan or Daniel?
Dan's fine, and I think, as you both know, I'm sure I've been called much worse than Dan or Daniel.
Labor is still determined to keep federal cash set aside for the East-West link.
We won't be handing back any money to Tony Abbott because, you see, Ross, it's not his money. It's money that belongs to Victorians.
And finally, both leaders describing what makes them proud to be Victorian.
Things are a little different in Melbourne and Victoria. We, I think, are special, and we're rightly proud of that.
I love every piece of Victoria, from Mallacoota to Mildura, from Wodonga to Warrnambool to our most livable city in the world in Melbourne. It is a fantastic state, the best state in the greatest country in the world.
As both leaders now return to their electorates and Victorians head to the polls. Aaron Young, Sky News, Melbourne.
With Sky News throughout the day for complete coverage of the Victorian election. We will go live to all of the key events throughout the day as Victorians cast their votes. Then, from 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, David Speart will host a panel of experts bringing you all of the latest results and analysis. That is the Victorian election live here on Sky News.